Went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body.
So, guys, women are broke and ditching feminism. Why are women suddenly ditching feminism? Because they are running out of money. And how is that going to affect women in society going forward? Watch it in this video to fully understand the implications of women ditching feminism. Don't forget to follow us over on Rumble. And guys, definitely go and check out Men Walking Away. Link in the description of the video. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
On the east side of LA, and if you don't know what that means, it's sort of like the artsier part of LA, it's people say it's like Brooklyn and New York. Like, so I go on dates with a lot of men and women who, live over here. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people, all that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy I've ever been on a date with. And he's from West, Santa Monica. He's a bro, right? A guy's guy is usually not my type. Like, I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bro. You know what I'm saying? But it befell me. It befell me in an organic fashion. So I'm on this date with this guy, and the thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me. I'm not gonna lie. We went to like another bar and he was gonna go to the bathroom. So I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. But as he's going to leave for the bathroom, he turns to me and he hands me his credit card. And he goes, "Here's my card. Get us whatever." It might be time for me to get away from all these, liberal snowflakes on the east side.
Now, I want you guys to know who this woman is. This woman is no ordinary woman. Oh no, this is a very, very special individual. You see, she has been disowned from her father, right? She basically made it like went online, claimed that her father was a bad person who didn't pay child support. Turns out it was a complete and utter lie. Her father was like really great. Evidently, he lost like millions of dollars in the fighting a case in court. And what ended up happening is yeah, she basically made tons of terrible videos online. He's disowned her. He said he took her out of his will, and evidently he's wealthy, so yeah. And you can guys see some of the comments on Twitter, on X. So Brennan says this is the girl that tried to cancel her own dad. What a loser. Faye says she's copying another woman's viral video, blah blah blah. This is the lady who went viral for trashing her deadbeat father online. The father paid millions in child support. Do you see the stuff that men go through, y'all? Dan says, is she attracted by a masculine man or by a simp she thinks she can get to pay her bills? Larkin says, factory set activated. Cruel says, it's appropriate. The the Coon says, so EA East LA has become gentrified. Not a Robot says she's been treated like a woman and she likes it. In other words, pay her bills and and tell her that she's special and all this other stuff. Guys, the rent is due. The rent is due, and these women cannot pay the bills. That's why they're on social media making these videos now. I told you guys, women would say, feminism got us everything that we wanted. Now let's fight it together. Feminism got us everything that we wanted. Feminism got us everything that we wanted. Now let's fight for one another. That's what they're doing right now, okay? They are broke, they don't have it, they don't know how they're going to survive. They literally have videos talking about, having gotten thrown out of there, like, oh, I lost my job. I don't know how I'm going to make it even for the next couple of hours, but it's going to be such a great story, man. And I just have to figure out how to do this. Guys, they are broke, and men are not going to take women into their homes this time. Like, as women are hitting rock bottom, ending up homeless, men are not going out there and taking women in. Men are not saying, okay, yeah, sweetie, I'm going to be there for you and you come live with me. No, they are not picking up random women anymore. A lot of men, most men have learned their lessons. The simp economy is moving overseas. And you can see the absolute hypocrisy You can see the absolute hypocrisy that's happening right now, where these women, the same women that bash the men who are hardcore feminists, are now trying to retreat from feminism because they can't afford to survive anymore, because they can't pay bills anymore, because they don't know what to do. All right. It was all about hypocrisy, and yet there's still so many women that are still putting videos online, still bashing men, still shaming men, and it's like they think that we're stupid. They think we're stupid. They think we're not intelligent. They think we don't have common sense. They think we don't know how they've lived their lives. It's like, come on, sweetie, we're not that dumb. All right, we have woken up. We do not give you the benefit of the doubt anymore. That's another very important thing. Women don't comprehend. Men are no longer giving them the benefit of the doubt. They are between a rock and a hard place right now. We do not trust anyone anymore. We do not just trust women because anymore. You remember the whole "Believe All Women" thing, that the campaign by Anita Sarkeesian years ago? Nope, that's not happening anymore. We are not believing any woman just because they say "Believe all women." We believe facts. We believe evidence. That's what men actually believe. Okay, men. A lot of the simps that were out there doing this stuff, they are tired. Simping ain't easy. Simping ain't easy. All right, and they are tired of this. They're tired of the suffering. They're tired of being broke. So now they're basically like they're making a massive retreat. All right. And a lot of these women who went and got divorces, now they're filled with regret. They're 100% filled with regret.
Do women regret leaving men? Absolutely. But not all women. These are the women who regret it. And usually it's the women who have gone off and had affairs, because that is the wrong way to deal with the problems. If your husband is ignoring you, if your husband is constantly fighting with you, whatever the reason, turning to seek solace with someone else doesn't actually solve the problem. And then what women typically tend to do, because they're far more emotional.
Don't miss out on the Men Walking Away community. Ready to take charge of your life? Join a dedicated space for men where you can learn how to reclaim your masculinity, travel the world on your terms, make money online, and attract the women you want. It's also a place to discuss whatever's on your mind. No judgment. Men Walking Away is the community to guide you toward the life you deserve. The community is linked in the description of the video. Join us. Women end up thinking that they deserve better. They deserve better men. They deserve better opportunities. They go to the streets. They mess around in the streets. Then they want their husband back. Their husband has moved on. He's found someone else, and they're pissed off that he's not sitting around waiting for them. That's the way women think you know and guys, they operate on a different operating system than we do. All right, it's just unbelievable. Men have to basically continue getting their act together and realizing that you're dealing with people who do not like you and just want to extract as much wealth and resources from you, as much value from you as they possibly can before they ditch you. It's sad. It's really, really sad. But you have to wake up to this to the reality. Life has never been easy for men. Life has never been easy for men, and it's never going to be easy for men. But when you walk away from toxic relationships, it definitely can get better, and it definitely does get better. Okay? It's like you have so much more money when you are not focusing on a relationship with someone who does not even like you and as a only sees you as a portable wallet. It's sad, but it's true.
When they start an affair, the dopamine kicks in and they imagine they're in love with this new man and they just want to be with him. So then they make the huge mistake. They don't properly think it through. Logic flies out the window. They decide they're going to leave their husband, and in their head they're moving on with the new man. But neither man neither man is interested in that new scenario. So the husband may try to convince her to stay at first. She will then leave, anticipating that the new man is there waiting for her. And frequently he's not. He disappears. I've seen people where the day the woman left, the lover left, and the shock. So then there's a double whammy, because the wife is left thinking, what do I do now? And she doesn't even know what she wants. So that takes time to settle down. By the time she's processed her emotions and realised what a huge mistake she's made, her husband's not ready to forgive her. Plus, in that scenario, they haven't actually focused and dealt with the issues in the relationship which caused it to break down in the first place. So, yes, women do regret leaving their husbands, but it's usually the ones who are shopping for something better. The ones who leave their husbands because they're abusive, because they're addictive, because the husbands have had affairs, because basically they've been treated like a doormat. No, they don't regret it. They have a huge sense of relief. But the ones who throw away something good when a rocky patch hits because they anticipate they're moving on and up, typically that goes very badly wrong.
See, that's how women think. Women are always looking to trade up. They can have the best husband in the world, the best family in the world, but they got bored and their mind told them that, there's something else out there for them, because the only things that will ever make a woman truly happy are more and something else. It's you're basically playing us, you're basically doing something where you can never win. All right. How is this going to affect women in society going forward? It's only going to make men continue to move further away from dating, further away from relationships, and understanding more that, these people don't like us. And it's going to lead to more women finding themselves in states of poverty and destitution without anyone offering them a helping hand, because men are now consciously aware of how women think and operate. Women are broke and ditching feminism, but it doesn't matter, because, like, men are seeing through all the BS right now. They're seeing through it, and they're walking away. They're taking their ball, they're going home, and they're instead focusing on the things that make them happy, building wealth, investing in crypto, and focusing on themselves and their own well-being. And women have absolutely no recourse to any of this. A woman's job is to bring a man peace. Modern women don't know anything about that. Modern women only know about, extracting as much wealth and resources from good, honest men, and and then claiming victimization. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But again, it's not going to change, because that's just how they think. They think that they are powerful victims and men are pathetic villains. But we're heading towards what I like to call a reset. And this reset is going to reset a lot of things, and it's going to reset the way that women view society and the way that women view men to some degree. Women are always going to continue thinking that they are better than men, but it's not going to last for them forever, because many men are just not going to look back. A lot of men are just going to keep on walking away. And as they walk away, this time they're going to stay away. I mean, just imagine being in a relationship with a lot of these women who are just making the lives of some of these men miserable.
I've been with my husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I had 4 kids. We both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on paper, I have an amazing husband. He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands-on. He's an active participant. He's always present. Like, on paper, what else could I ask for? But in reality, my experience is very similar to the experience of other women. I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood. Because what happens to so many of us is that we marry these amazing men and we have amazing relationships, and then we have kids. And when we have kids, women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. And that is exactly what happened to us. About 3 months after my 4th baby was born, I remember looking at my husband and saying, I need more. I need you to do more. I am exhausted. I am in charge of everyone and everything in this house. Every night
When we cook dinner, you ask me what to make. Every day, when you drop off the kids at daycare, you ask me what they need in their backpacks. I am the project manager of this home and I need you to do more. And he looked at me and he said, okay, just tell me what to do, right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I said, okay, something that would make my life easier is if in the mornings when I came downstairs with the 4 kids, because I do mornings by myself, the dishwasher was emptied, the dishes were put away, and the trash was taken out. That would make my life so much easier, because when I've got the 4 kids running around and the baby crying, I can't be looking for their favorite water bottle in the dishwasher. I just need to know it's clean. And he said, yeah, of course. What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. And so, of course, he does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets, and then I have to remind him again. And there was this one morning where I woke up, and I went to put something in the trash, and it was overflowing. And I went to get my son's water bottle, and it was in the dishwasher with all the other clean dishes. And I felt so disrespected and unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, what happened? Like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work. And I remember thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me, because what he's done has now made me late for work. And he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the impact on me.
You see, guys, this is this is the craziness that men are dealing with. I mean, could you imagine being in a relationship with this individual and now has you washing the dishes, taking out the trash in the morning, and carrying more of the weight when it comes to the children, on top of working a full-time job and being a great father, a great husband, but it's still not enough? This is stupidity. We were not brought into this world to be servants for modern women. We were not brought into this world to be their SLAVEs. Okay, it's a sad reality we now live in, but thankfully a lot of men are waking up and realizing that the juice was never worth the squeeze, and this is only going to result in more women ending up in states of poverty, destitution, and hardship. As the global economy continues to collapse, they cannot find a partner. Women are not designed to live without a husband, and they are going to basically end up in extraordinarily hard times. And as we get older, I believe that for many of us our lives will get better, but as women get older, many of their lives will get harder. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.